conversation, but hey, some people are into that kind of shit, you know.
Yeah, but the only way you can be useful is if you've been dominated. If you're not dominated, you are very useless.
I mean, again, I don't agree, but who am I to say no?
I mean, think
Well,
about the pyramid.
if I can finish my point, I was just saying.
Wait, stop.
I
Hey,
think,
bro. G. This is not that kind of show, okay? There's no point to finish. Who are you talking to? You're talking to me, my guy. I'm not interested in you going to that point. Are you getting up? Are you understanding? You're not here to deliver a sermon. It's a conversation between you and I. So if I see we're going another direction that doesn't make sense and I come in, then you follow me. There's no point you're delivering. Are we together? It's a conversation.
bro,
Have a conversation with me, bro. Stop running away.
Yeah. So what were you saying then?
Be a man. Be a man.
So what were you saying then?
I mean, I was saying slavery is a beautiful thing, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, some people are into that kind of stuff, you know. But
no, but it is very useful.
For
slavery
me,
was useful.
It's not my kind of thing, you know. I like to do what I want to do. I don't like to be dominated. So, you know, not into that kind of needy stuff.
But do you like you know, like work in corporate?
Are you asking whether I work in corporate?
You sound like one of those corporate guys. Those guys who think they know better than anybody else.
Do I? I don't know. What should I do? Change my voice?
Do you work in corporate? Is that a yes? Dominated. You're a slave, my guy. You're not even free to answer a question. Think about that. And you're talking about
free not to
you
answer.
are a slave, my guy. You is a slave.
I'm free not to answer.
Can I chime in?
Who is this? News.
I'm not Nels, I'm News. Are you drunk, Kibe?
Do you want to be on his side or against him?
I'm against him because when he says that Israel is a terrorist state, I'm wondering, would we say that US was a terrorist state when it attacked Japan during was it Second World War? Yeah. Can he answer that? Can he answer that country?
News.
Is that a question to me?
We already moved on.
Definitely.
We moved on beyond that question. News.
Okay.
Yeah, we already dominated him on that question.
Anyway, yeah, I think I made my point. Thanks, man.
There's no point you had, bro. That was pointless.
But Kibe, what sort of a discussion are we having with people telling us that Putin is going to dominate Trump? I understand there's a certain time that Trump informed this guy Putin that if he dare invades Ukraine, that is going to turn the capital city, Moscow, into, I don't know, flowers or something. And Putin wouldn't dare attack Ukraine during his tenure. So I don't understand what type of people are in this discussion. I totally don't understand it.
You know, the whole world has been sold this idea that a man is a very bad thing. So strength has been made to look evil. Bro, they show you the streets of Russia. People are happy. People are out. You know the idea they put of Russia in our heads through the movies? That's not Russia, bro. Russia is a happy, happy place. People are thriving, building. They have buildings bigger than ours, bigger than America. People are clean. Their subways are clean. They don't have crime in Russia. Well, why do you need crime when people are productive? We've been lied to, my guys. We've been lied to. Everything they told us was a lie. do not want to propagate the same lie that that has been there all those years.
And also, Kibe, there's a certain agreement that was made between US and Russia that for Ukraine to hand over the nuclear weapons that they had to Russia, because that's what they did after the Soviet Union dismantling, the US was to guarantee safety for Ukraine. That I think that is among the reasons that right now the US is trying to defend Ukraine. That has been a point, and if you research well, you will find out that. And right now that Biden, Sripe Joe is at the helm. That is why uh, Russia is finding US to be weak, and that is the right time to attack. Like today, I've seen that also China, Jinping has told his army to be prepared for war at any time, meaning chances are very high that there will be another war front in Taiwan. So we have Israel, we have Russia, we have this other one, China, because they know before Trump comes in, they need to, like do some damage. My observation. Go on, Kibe.
I just had a thought, and I want you guys to tell me whether this thought makes sense. Okay? Yeah, but I'm still in the space, so I'm saying I just had a thought. They're saying about 10 million immigrants have come in since they took office, since Biden took office. 10 million. And that's maybe a modest number. So I think they've been using this money to buy people from countries. So wanasema tutakutumia $20 million wetutumiwa watu wow.
Because then the federal
because
federal
now
reserve can just print the money and put the money in the hands of the people
and open the borders.
Yeah.
Then let people come in and then take the government one last time. Then you take this government one last time. Right now, that machine is ready. It's ready to censor all of us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If they take that, me and you are done. You'll never be able to say anything like this right now. We're saying ever again. They will shut down the internet. I can tell you that for free. If Kamala sits there, the internet is gone. The kind of policies you're talking about controlling.
Yep.
Bro, they will find you in your digs. The technology is there today.
Bro,
to do as much damage as possible.
You and I, the way we've been talking things here, bro, the exact same things that we've been talking about will be used against us. They say on the 17th of March.
No,
you said
wait. And the power of AI, bro. The fact that your phone they can use it as a mic. They can listen to you from wherever. So they can program that you're not safe around electronics.
Oh yeah.
Because the electronics is listening.
And that's why in most people's place, you know what, bro? All these electronics where these high-tech meetings happen, all these electronics are just away from these places.
Go have a meeting in the pool.
Yeah, bro. Let's have this meeting in the pool. And that's why you see even with the world leaders, Trump meeting Vladimir Putin, bro, they have that 2 to 3 minutes conversation or 10 minutes conversation where it's just man to man without any technology. I don't have a phone on me, the other person has no phone on them. So, and with that, they're able to hide certain things.
But you know the point you made about man and man meeting. Yeah, it's a very good point. Because when two men meet, they negotiate.
Yes.
Yeah. And they know the limits of how far they can go, because you never push a man beyond his limit.
Absolutely.
You never. I should never push you beyond your limit unless I'm trying to break you.
To get the better. No.
Yes.
You can push me beyond my limit if you see that I'm being lazy.
Unless I'm trying to break you to build you into something else.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Unless I'm trying to break you to build you into something else.
Something else.
Yes, but this thing that I'm breaking you with, you will never, I'll destroy you.
Oh, yeah.
So you never push out. So two men, when they meet, they negotiate knowing the strength of each other.
Yeah.
So you don't go negotiating, me, I want $1 million. No, you negotiate based on who you're negotiating with.
Oh, yeah.
And even their economic ability.
Yeah.
So if a country is smaller, then why would you charge them same interest to charge a country like France?
Doesn't make sense.
That makes sense. Yeah. So you can negotiate. So, but these are two men. So if it's that, so something like France, no, like Russia and America.
Yeah.
Those two countries are at par.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how good that negotiation is going to be.
Bro, it must be a top notch.
It's a top, bro, where we are talking about nice.
Yes. And
trade and all these benefits to both countries.
And that's why I was very intentional when I said man to man. Now, flip that on the other side and say, if Kamala Harris was going into a negotiation room with Vladimir Putin,
he wouldn't respect her.
Not at all.
Yeah, he probably doesn't respect her, so he probably wants her to be the president.
No, I don't think so. Because the way the Democrats have vilified and demonized Vladimir Putin, I don't see it, bro. I don't see it.
Because, America is in decline.
Yeah.
Because of this woke shit.
Yeah.
So this woke shit took jobs to China.
Yeah.
And if you're not producing, you're dead.
Yep.
So America is in decline. Trump is good for America, but Russia would want a weak America.
Oh, of course, that's why I mean, if you go back,
because Russia still has a lot of countries to conquer around the world.
Of course, yes.
China is doing that even now. You're seeing it.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see how this will unfold.
But it's a good. I like it. It's a good. What do you call it? It's a good.
Three-quarters of the things that are in this room,
bro. This house
are made in China.
It was made by Chinese.
Probably
this house we're in right now was made by Chinese. I'm not telling you something I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
But bro, probably they're also tapping into our information and everything. Because if you build this house, you know that brick right there. There's a machine there that can capture sounds all throughout the house. And then this is the same thing that Africans did.
But what are they doing with that information?
Yeah?
What are they doing with that?
You never know.
No. What are they doing with that information?
Yeah?
You should take the information from me.
Yeah.
If it's going to benefit me. Like now when I go on my IG,
yeah,
there's some things that I like. And I like to see more of those things. You understand?
Well, probably those people that are always cooking there, making food.
Yes, and I want to see the guy making the eggs, and there's a guy in Kolkata who makes some very ugly looking thing.
Yeah.
So I like to see that and feed me more of what I like. So that algorithm makes sense when it gives me that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that information that you get from me is good. You're using it for good for my benefit.
Yeah.
But now if you're using that information to do something evil to me, then now there's a problem. So if the Chinese are getting this information, what are they doing with it?
You know, the biggest war that we have now is the war on data and information.
Yeah, but what are they doing with it? Because if they're giving you these roads and these buildings and all these things, and they're getting your information, what are they doing with it? Are they using that information to build?
Maybe to create a traffic of certain things, because we are having this conversation. There's like 2 or 3 iPhones here. So probably by the time you're going on your iPhone, you'll see something more or close that is almost similar to what we are talking about. So if they're tapping this information, it will probably
But you see, the beauty of these guys listening to your phone, is that they have you can complete the purchase.
Yeah.
What are the Chinese doing with that? Are you getting?
I think it's for manipulation purposes. Like whoever, information is power. So when you have information about, when I have information about what you like or what you intend to do, I can be able to manipulate you. You become a puppet.
But we are talking about, so practically, what are the Chinese manipulating us with?
It like I understand that the Chinese didn't, they weren't in Africa there before, so they have a lot to gather about us. They really don't know how we do our stuff. I remember there's a time this guy who used to run Safaricom, Michael Joseph, talked about how peculiar we are. I don't know, he used that word peculiar or whatever, that we do unnecessary calls, like our behavioral, our behavior towards, telecommunication and that sort of a thing. That showed a lot of psyops. Like he had a lot of information about Kenyans, how we tend to behave. So that's all I mean. If they have any intention to do harm or good towards you, they have everything. They know you.
So, but currently, we're still in the good times, right?
Not really. Not really.
No, I mean, what evil is China doing to Kenya?
Based on so far whatever we have seen, we may not have gotten to that level of the evil because they are still.
What evil is
they're still coming.
China doing to America?
I feel like they are outsmarting them.
What
If you look
evil?
at it
What
from
evil? I'm using the word evil, not outsmarting.
Let's say, like we have this Taiwan China thing, so definitely
I asked a very
the
specific
intention.
question.
I'm trying to answer that, Kibe.
But you're going to
you're
going to Taiwan, bro. We're talking about America.
The reason I'm going
what evil are China doing to America?
What evil the Chinese are doing to America?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, we may not have gotten there.
Okay, so where are you getting your information from? Because
what I'm saying is, it might be for good or for bad purposes. We don't know.
But
we are not there yet.
But we are here now. You're telling me these good times we are enjoying are limited, and one day they will turn on us?
It might be.
But where are you getting the information from? If they can be good now, you won't tell me they'll be bad tomorrow. Because they're building your roads.
Everything is built on
coming from China. So unless how can this evil person who can take you guys out, all of you, in one clean swoop?
You see,
can I use a local example in politics? Can I use
before you go to the local example? When he was going to China and Taiwan, he wanted to say, because Taiwan has this links,
the microchips
with the, forget about the war on microchips. It has links with America. So Taiwan exists under the protection of America. So because now China wants to take over Taiwan, now he's trying to use that to say this is the evil part that America is doing, or that Chinese are doing.
But how can America be in China?
Yeah,
they have to. China has to get back Taiwan.
Of course,
it must. They have to. The same way Russia, if Ukraine doesn't behave, they have to get it.
They have to get it.
Because we don't have an unruly neighbor.
The same way he did with the Crimea. And you remember when Obama was president, when Trump took, when Vladimir took Crimea. So we cannot have an unruly neighbor.
No.
It's like if Ugandans misbehave, of course the Kenyan will.
We shall take that country. So there's no.
And
we can't have a country of people who are living next to us misbehaving.
Kibe, why do you think the US government, there's a certain company, Chinese company, that they banned all the government institution from using, and they almost chased the company there. I don't know, and we have it here. I can't recall the company because they are saying it's used as a PSYOP. It corrects government's data for China.
Bro,
We have that company here, I think.
PSYOPs are happening on your phone. That's why the PSYOPs are happening. Okay?
Exactly.
And
So why would the
they are taking,
American government?
so is your phone from
Why?
China?
Certainly.
Okay, so let me tell you why this is important. Okay, I want you to understand it very well. So when you are on when they're listening to us, whatever products you mention, they make those products available on your social media.
Yep.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
So that is the PSYOPs. That is the one that I have a problem with. Okay, because you are getting into my head. I have no problem with you listening to me.
So long as
just don't try to get back in my head.
Get into your head.
Because now you're telling me, now you're going to show me, if I mention white cap right now, the next 3 adverts, I'll see a white cap.
White caps. Mention furnitures, the next time they're showing you beds and the sofas and all that shit.
But now I'm not seeing the Chinese anywhere.
There you go.
Where are the Chinese?
Bro, me, I have no problem with Chinese. Even if they come and take and run the country, even better.
They should.
Was this really about the Chinese, or was this really about, correcting information? I think that is the main point. What is the purpose of correcting information? And
so
that is
far,
why
so
I
good,
say,
though.
for
So
the
far, so
purposes
good.
of
news, so far so good.
Sure.
We're living in the good times of information collection.
Yeah. Sure.
So China is okay.
You see, for
China is better
Africa
than
is
America.
okay. For the US, they don't want that. That is why they are blocking TikTok. They are saying
No, but
it has to be owned by.
these
Hold
adverts
on. It has to be owned.
These adverts are on American apps. TikTok does not do that to me.
What are you saying?
These adverts that are being pushed, without my consent on my social media, are because they're not just pushing; they're listening to me, and then they're using that information to psyop me into buying this shit. But these are American companies, so they're pushing American products.
Definitely.
Yeah, but China is not pushing Chinese products on TikTok. TikTok is just you go put your content there. That's it.
And not only put your content there, and also see the things that you selectively
want to see. Yes. So it feeds you just more of what you want to see.
Yeah.
But they don't come into your head because yesterday you said you like this and this, and then they start showing you heading you towards the website where you can even go and purchase
this product.
And they can hound you to a point where, as you're trying to scroll up, it enters that website by mistake. Oh shit! I got in here by mistake. But hey, wait a minute! I wanted a mattress.
Why?
But weren't we discussing this, Kibe, yesterday when you said that we own not was it Nyakundi or what was this guy? Albo, talking about us Africans, how we are useless, we don't create nothing, we are, we are followers, and so why are we even complaining? Why are we having this discussion about them correcting our information? It's okay, it's fine. If it's for good, we are in the good times, fine. The bad times comes, we are fucked up. It's okay. We are useless.
So me, I'm saying China is better than America right now until Donald Trump gets in there. Now, when Donald Trump gets in there,
for me,
then America goes back to its position of number one.
And when Trump is done, give it to Elon Musk.
No,
it makes sense.
You know what Trump should do?
That makes sense.
Trump should groom his son to be president after him.
Eric.
Which one is he? Whoever his first son, the one who has he plays golf with his first son's daughter. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Golf, and she's good.
Yeah.
You tell me how many lessons it takes for you to be good in golf. This guy is going to transform America if he gets it again. Because first things first, he must get rid of this woke left. These useless people who are in their imaginations. He must get rid of that whole group of people.
Oh yeah.
So that he can
For real, that is one of the reasons. That is one of the reasons that America is in the pits. You even see this Putin guy laughing at America and saying, "You people, I don't know, you are marrying men to men. You don't have family values. You are wasted society." So we need Trump. We really need Trump for that.
Yeah, because he's seen in the West, people don't eat food, but they have the most advanced.
Bro, let me tell you, America is a beautiful place, but they have complicated themselves so much. They've taken the joy out of being
American joy.
American. They've taken the joy. They've put so many rules that they don't even talk to each other anymore. Like you go to a restaurant, you can't just randomly talk to anybody because everybody's afraid of the other. You can't say hi to a kid in a mall.
Yeah, because you is a pedophile.
Okay, all right. So you can't do anything.
Isn't that what happens when you don't have a remit to freedom? When you have too much freedom that you don't even know the limit. Too much of everything is poisonous. So it's their shit. That is their shit. Let them deal with it.
But now, hold up. Listen to this. When you go to China have that freedom. China have the freedom to create, freedom to be. China, bro, those guys are so successful. I've watched so many of their documentaries. It's ridiculous. They are living a much higher standard of life than us. Way higher.
But
and these guys have created a heaven for themselves. The way they move around, the access to everything.
The infrastructural development.
But back here in Kenya or Africa, we are being told that we have a better place in heaven. So why would you create a better heaven here, whereas a better one is waiting for you?
Yeah, that's the stupidity of religion that we have fallen for in Africa. That's why somebody was here earlier saying that they don't like the Chinese because they don't have God. And I'm like, if that's what it means to not have God, bro, I want that. Because what it means to have God in Africa is backwardness.
Bro, their lack of God is so to the point that they...
Even our ancestors didn't subscribe to the white man's God, and they thrived. So it's technically stupidity. Whatever is sold to you, it's you to decide what to pick and what not to pick.
This white man God has too many rules, man. Imagine every Sunday he wants to talk to you. Every Sunday.
I'm in a meeting.
And then you want us to pray. You pray before you eat. What the fuck is that shit?
Bro, the food is already here. Let me just eat it, man.
Bro, religion and your sexuality is a very private affair. Two things. Religion and sexuality should be an extremely private affair. Yeah. Because those two things live in your imagination.
Yeah.
So don't come and tell me about your sexuality or your religion. I don't want to know. And I liked when Trump was asked, are you a religious guy? He said, no, I'm not religious. It's a waste of time. Religion is for fools.
Oh, yeah. People with no direction.
People who are the majority. So, yes, you wouldn't tell them to stop worshiping. If Trump gets there, don't tell them, no, don't go to church. But you regulate that nonsense. You regulate it, because if you don't regulate it and then it becomes too strong, it starts becoming cultic. And then now it starts having more consequence beyond just people worshiping.
We have Akina Mackenzie's here, telling you to sacrifice your life. You starve to death because you have a better heaven that is waiting for you. You are going straight to heaven, and you are brainwashed to an extent of killing yourself.
Yeah, I have no
which is
problem with
actually
that.
against the
At
state.
least one
No, what I'm
weak
I'm,
human
I'm
being.
I'm referring to the religion that has been sold to the people who can't even make decisions for themselves, and you see what it leads to. That is the stupidity, the level of
No, that
stupidity
is just
that we are
natural
in.
selection, my guy. If you're going to kill yourself, because somebody told you to kill yourself, my
Si
God,
ukufe. At
my
least
God.
You
one less human being.
you listen. You starve to death so that you go to heaven. Just like the other one will tell you, if you die, I don't know, the 72 virgins are waiting for you somewhere. You know that all that nonsense. Whereas in China, they are training to build their own heaven here, right here, in front of our eyes.
Bro, if
So are we living in the same world? Are we even comparable to each other?
no, you're not.
If you are ever to be civilized, I think, like they say, Jesus is coming back. He might come back before we are civilized as Africans. We are fucked up.
But did
I
Jesus,
subscribe to whatever
who
your
is
guy
Jesus?
said. No, I quoted. I didn't say anything about him. I quoted what they say.
Imagine,
Don't start crucifying me with religion.
imagine living with that reality in your head every day, knowing one day that Jesus is coming back. So you have to act right.
What is wrong about it?
But come back where?
To what?
Now listen. If in the same book of Revelation it says that the angels came down, so bro, hell, earth, and hell and heaven don't exist. We only have the
That one I subscribe to. By the way, 100% that one I subscribe to.
because
If there's hell, it's here. We are living hell right now. As Africans, we are living hell
and
because we
you
don't
guys
want to think.
continue suffering in this hell of yours.
What do you do? If the system is designed like that, you live like that.
Eh,
Kibe was in heaven the other day. He came back to hell. So what do you want?
Kabisa, you're right.
Yeah. He was in heaven. He came back to hell.
This is
How can we help each other?
That's very true. Yeah. You see,
Yeah.
let me tell you, these guys have created their own heaven. Huh? They've created their own heaven. And I've seen it even in Diani. Some sports in Diani, you can go see somebody who's created their own heaven.
Mm.
So somebody takes a beach plot and then they make for themselves exactly what they want. And they create a heaven. And then there are many people who've created that type of environment for themselves. So then, so you guys create like a small heaven. So in Diani, there's like a small heaven. There's no issue with security.
Mm.
Just think about that. In Diani, you leave your phone on the table, go and come back and find it there.
Try that.
And listen to this,
You try that in Githurai and you'll understand the difference between heaven and earth.
They have created a heaven for themselves. So now in America, there's some sports like that, where people they have water sports.
Mm.
They live a very good life. But now this woke nonsense is what has brought this rubbish back to a third world country. There's some places you don't even want to go. I was taken to a strip club in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Strip club, my guy. Something I would never go to myself.
What was your experience there?
First, bro, Africa has beautiful women.
Oh yeah, it does.
So our strip clubs have to young, beautiful,
Mm.
But that notwithstanding, it was a cheap strip club. So the hookers there were so down.
Car pipes are shown there.
I was like, even from Africa, I would never want to live in Baltimore. I'd rather go back to Africa.
So was it that bad?
It was horrible. I hated it. Then I was taken to another one in Vegas.
Yeah.
I told you about that one in Vegas.
Yeah, you did.
By the same guy. 2 different occasions. This guy likes going to strip clubs. And then you go back home and continue your life.
with
Does
your
that make
wife
sense?
and you like it.
Yeah, I mean, you go back home and continue your life like you.
Did you guys see a certain article? Well, I think it was in, I don't know which state it was in the US, whereby they're saying that once the kid is born, it's not supposed to be assigned their sex. So I don't know. It's I think the parent to later on decide is going to be a boy or a girl. Can you imagine that nonsense? Someone deciding you're going Kibe if you're going to be a man or a girl, whereas you have the dick there and someone wants to crack it. Can you imagine what kind of nonsense is that?
Well, it is. I'll say, you see now, comfort is a very bad thing to any person, because in a village or even in the animal farms, if a he goat has been, I mean, if a she goat has given birth, yeah, we know it's given birth to either a female or a male, and that's it. So human beings somehow, especially in these so-called developed countries, have been so comfortable to the point that they think now that this is the discussion that we need to be having at the moment. Do you think here in Kenya we are there yet? No, we are not there.
Would you call it comfortable or over exploration? You know,
No,
everything has their limit.
it's comfort. It's comfort. Oh, do you think people in Russia or any of these countries? Russia is a beautiful country anyway. No.
What do you mean by over exploration?
I mean, you want to you are challenging everything. You are challenging your sex. You're challenging your feelings. You are challenging everything literally. You know, there are certain things that there has to be boundaries. You are born like this. You are like that. You can't change that. You're not supposed to change
Yeah,
that.
but where is this coming from, though? Because have you challenged?
No.
Have you challenged those boundaries?
Listen, my friend, we are talking about your heaven where you are.
No, we are asking you.
The
Have you
thing that they
challenged
are doing.
those boundaries?
Why would I?
So, what level of comfort is this that is going to create that you start challenging boundaries even sexually? Because what restriction do you have that the American people have? I mean, don't have when it comes to sex.
I'm not the one who talked about the comfort. Myself, I said I am against putting it like it's comfort, because if that person was comfortable, they would have lived the way they have been born. But now they want to challenge the way they have been born. They want to explore and see, can I be a different gender? Can I don't know, be transgender? Can I be all these
No.
other nonsense?
I don't think it's that simple.
What would you call that?
I think if you go a bit deeper, you'll realize that there's a lot of trauma that has created this problem. Because these people they just
Trauma
don't exist.
in regards to what?
They just don't exist.
In regards to what?
Yeah, they exist because of a certain environment. So they just don't exist. So if you look at the data will tell you where they are most prevalent. So when you go there, you find out that the trauma is what has created this what we now see as the LGBTQ plus whatever, that whole movement. These are people who are, and this is the majority now. Not all of them, of course. Many of them are experimenting, but the majority are there because of some trauma that happened when they were kids, when they were children. So you find now these guys are replicating this trauma around the world because some people don't have this trauma, and they come and they convince you using these psyops, the television shows and everything, because they're conditioning now our kids to start thinking like them. Because remember, they're the ones who are in charge of the media, they're the ones who are in charge of Hollywood. So this trauma is one which has turned them that way, and they want to turn the world that way.
Didn't you see even there was an uproar? I think it was KICD in the curriculum, and they were talking about how many members are there in a types of families, and there is, I don't know, man, woman, kids, man. Here, right here in Kenya, we are picking a culture which outrightly is it's in the pits. It's nonsensical. It's even animals wouldn't approach it that way. You know, we are copying everything.
Okay, well, hold up, news. I see we've been talking for a long time, and everybody else is here. Anybody else wants to say anything? Ada nimesikia kausingizi kidogo kiasi. Self-replicating. We have been lied to for so long. We've been lied to for so long that you don't even know what is real and what is not anymore. Even when you're talking, you don't even know whether that's what you're saying is real because of all the fake news that has been there. You know, they have used this. They told us that we should trust the news. So anything that they gave us from the news was wonderful because it was real. It was true. Remember when they kept saying COVID is real, COVID is real, COVID is real, and they psyoped the whole world. COVID is real, and everybody believed it. And then they told now take the medicine. And if you guys remember, at the beginning, Trump had resisted that COVID nonsense. He resisted it, but he was forced into saying that it is real. So for this world to be prosperous and for people to be able to go back to doing what they love, we need Trump in that White House. Otherwise, these people have too much influence on small countries. Too much influence. They're influencing our countries. Now they're sending those books to us. We can't stop that. They're sending that book with money. Us guys want the money. Our corrupt leaders here are going to do exactly like these guys tell them. We're not powerful enough to resist that move. So we need a person there with brains. So a man who can be able to resist this woke nonsense. A man who can fight them head on. And I'm actually extremely happy that Trump, Musk, Vivek, and Robert Kennedy have come together to change that country. Those four men will change the world. Because again, remember, America tells us which medicines to take, tells us which foods to eat. So it's extremely important that we get the right people there. So we get the right medicines. We stop having all these. Bro, do you know that Big Pharma has kept us taking medicines for hundreds of, bro. The other day, after a long night of drinking, I told them, I want some medicine and this is what I'm feeling. These guys gave me medicine worth 3,000 bob for a stomach ache. 3 packets of shit. I'm like, I don't want that. You're overselling. It's too much medicine. It's a small problem. It will probably go away. You just need something to cool me down for now. Something that will get me from here to there. The body will do the rest. I just don't want to have to shit in the plane. Justice for all. What do you want to say before I close this up?
Yeah.
3,000 for
Okay. So, Kibe, I feel like there's too much contradiction in your statements you're making, especially the closing ones. That Trump is the right person. I mean, this would be a nightmare to have Trump in the White House. Like the nightmare of all nightmares that have ever been known. Let's address the last one that you just talked about, the Big Pharma and all that, where you know very well that the Big Pharma you're talking about, Vivek
So
Ramaswamy.
where's your evidence of saying it would be a nightmare? Where's that evidence?
The evidence is that's what I'm trying to give evidence here, because Vivek is actually the Big Pharma who has made millions on the back of medicine. When his
We're talking
company
about
was
Trump. We're talking
yeah
about Trump.
yeah, but you're talking about that
Trump would be a
Vivek.
nightmare. How? Because we've had Trump.
It would be a
before.
nightmare because of, you say that the three
Have
people
we
have
had
come
Trump
together.
before? Have we
We have
had
had
Trump before?
Yeah, and it was horrible actually.
It was a nightmare.
It was bad
For who?
for the American people.
But I was in America. It wasn't
and
bad.
for the world.
It was very good.
Okay, tell me what was good when we actually.
The fuel was cheap. Electricity was cheap. What else? It was wonderful. Everything was better under Trump.
Yeah, but let's address some fundamental issues that I have felt quite.
No, you see, your premise of your argument
My
is wrong,
premise,
because
my
you're
premise,
saying
my
that Trump will be a nightmare, yet Trump
right,
has been a president, okay?
right.
And it was not a nightmare.
It was a nightmare. This is the
For
time
who?
actually for.
For who?
Okay, so I have to make my case really for me to illustrate my point. That's the only way that it will make
it was
sense.
a nightmare for who?
For the
Tell
American
me.
people.
But the American people they want to vote him back.
What is showing that? I think people keep saying that. But right now we are talking about, even if we are going scientifically about the
American
polls,
people have come together and said, we fucked up, we want this guy back, we were better with this guy. The media lied to us, and now we want this guy back.
Like you, I suppose, you are the ones who actually fixated on imaginary things that are not even talking about the numbers. How much debt did Trump add to the economy compared to what Biden has added? 8 trillion versus 4. Let's talk about that. If you don't think
illegal immigration,
that's what
illegal immigration. You know that? You know what that is?
I do. I'm an immigrant, for your information, so I do know what that is.
Are you an illegal immigrant?
I'm not an illegal immigrant.
How did you come into that country?
I came in legally.
Which country are you in? Are you in America?
Okay, yes. So I'm talking about
hard to answer that question. Why is it such a hard? Why did it take you that long? You paused. You were like, oh shit, he got me. Yeah. So you went into that country legally, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And why did you go illegally like the rest of the people?
Why didn't I go illegally? Because the country that I came from probably is impossible to go in illegally. I mean, there are so many factors. I don't know if I had an opportunity to make my way in, I would have made it. I don't know, because that opportunity doesn't even exist from the country I come from.
So were you willing to do whatever it takes to get into America?
I was, yeah. Even if it meant, sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Even if it meant going in there illegally.
Oh, yeah.
So, and you're okay with people doing whatever it takes to get in there?
The circumstances under which we are trying to argue the issue of immigration, it's one that also need to be looked at in context. I am not okay with people going to the US illegally. Let's begin with that. But those that have made
just now you said you are willing to do anything, including going into the US illegally.
If I was running away from death, Kibe, if I was running away from death.
We're talking about you.
Yeah, I was never in that situation. I'm comparing my situation.
You are willing to go in there illegally.
If I was in a country where the only thing between me and going to the US illegally was death, then I would rather die going than sit back and be slaughtered.
So what is your stand on illegal immigration?
The illegal immigration, my stand is that we need to have a policy that is going to be more accommodative to people that are either running away from, this kind of the wars.
What is your policy on illegal immigration?
My policy is that we need to eliminate illegal immigration. We have created laws that are actually making people.
So we need to close the border.
We need to go beyond closing the border.
Uh-huh. So close the border. So nobody's coming in. Once you close the border, nobody's coming in.
But then when people are running away from, people are looking for who are coming in as refugees. They are looking for asylum. They're looking for places to go.
Deal with everybody remain in your country, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Fix your problems. Okay, close the border. Okay, the only people coming in here are people who we have vetted. True or not true?
Yes, they all need to be vetted, and
because we have standards.
Right, and that is why we need to come up with policies which everybody.
What policies? This is simple common sense. Close the border, allow nobody to come in, and have people coming in through the right channel, through the the visa program or whatever program there is for that country, right?
No, I think the cases that we need to address specifically, and I agree with you.
No.
Nobody disagrees with crossing the border. Nobody disagrees with crossing the border.
So you want us to open the border so people come in the way they want?
We need they shouldn't come in the way they want. We need to open.
So
If we open
close
the border,
so we agree. Let's close the border.
Let's close the border until we fix our immigration laws.
What do you mean until? It is our border. I'm closing my door until what? Until when? It's my door. I close my door.
Okay, you close the door. If I'm running
Yes.
away from my neighbor who is killing me, then I think you should be able to open your door.
Where? You guys kill yourselves. That's your problem.
Okay. I mean,
that is your problem because you guys are dependent on me opening my border. So every time you fight, no, kill yourselves until you go extinct.
For me, whether it's in the Kenyan people who have been very generous to people who are running away from war and created avenues through which they come in as refugees, whether it's in Europe, whether it's in different countries.
We're talking about America. We're talking about America.
Right, but this is an immigration issue.
The illegal immigration is creating more good than is doing more harm than good, right?
How?
Are you in America? Really? You sound very ignorant.
Talk to me through the ignorance, because the ignorance that Trump has created in the minds of the MAGA followers like yourself is the one that is being pushed to the point like illegal immigrants. Yes, these are rapists. These are illegal.
Hold up. Let me frame the question. Is illegal immigration in America a problem? Yes or no?
It is a problem, but not as exaggerated.
Hold up.
It is a problem.
Okay.
What we are disagreeing is how do we solve it? What we're disagreeing is how do we solve it? Sorry?
Pause. We're getting there. Don't rush. So if illegal immigration is a problem, okay? And when Donald Trump was there, if you compare the stats between Donald Trump and Kamala is unable to solve the illegal immigration problem.
Right.
We can agree at least on that.
No, that's not true. That's inaccurate. And I can illustrate my disagreement with you on that point.
She was the border. She is the border czar, right?
No, that's Trump's making, and you guys believe it. Where is that? We don't even have anything like that.
Okay, so who allowed more illegals into the country, Biden or Trump?
The system.
You're foolish.
It's like asking me
I'm tired of dealing with you, my guy.
Okay.
Foolish. You're foolish.
That's fair.
I cannot have a foolish conversation at this time of the night. I'm getting drunk. Foolish.
Okay.
We have numbers. Come on. What are we talking about? At the system. If you cannot handle the system, then what are you doing running the system?
If you cannot handle the system, then you fix it.
If you cannot handle the system, what are you doing running the system? The system is running you. Trump was able to run the system. That's why those numbers came down. Biden cannot even change his own diaper. You are foolish. This is the foolishness of the woke side. This is what we are fighting against. You are exactly what we are fighting against.
What we are fighting against is the indoctrination.
Like you need to be eliminated.
Yeah, I think the indoctrination.
This kind of thinking needs to be done away with. Yeah. You guys need to be put together in one place. And then they just... I think that's what Hitler was trying.
Anyway, so the... if I can make like maybe a 30 seconds final submission on that, my support obviously for
listen, that's some puny shit. Why would you talk like that, Bana? That if you can make a 30-second submission, we've been talking for this long. And
I wanted to make one more point. Besides, no, I'm not doing a warrior thing. You can.
So where do you live? You live in Baltimore.
Okay. I live in Ohio.
You live in Baltimore?
I live in Ohio. I don't live in Baltimore.
You live in Ohio?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's Ohio fucker.
This is your
I remember
friend. I
now.
know. I didn't want us to go in that direction, but let me tell you.
But
Just
why have you become foolish? What happened to you? I left you a few months ago. You were good. The foolishness seems to have set into your system.
no, I think what you're using that language of a Trump language where you think that anybody who disagrees with you and anybody who has a different opinion and had a different approach to solving problems is foolish and therefore put together. And
Okay,
that can't be the world.
I don't know much about America, but was fuel cheaper under Trump or under Biden?
It was cheaper under Trump, but now where we are right now, for example, just down the street from me, it's now at $2.85.
What about electricity? Was it cheaper under Biden or under Trump?
I have to check the stats, the averages, because I know the question has to go back.
You have to check the stats. My God. One day you will check the stats and you shall know what the stats are.
So I think here you're trying to drive.
Were food items like commodities, basic house commodity, were they cheaper under Trump or under Biden?
They were cheaper under Trump for the first maybe 2 years.
No, were they cheaper under Trump or under Biden? It's a simple yes or no. There's no explaining.
It has to be contextualized.
It doesn't matter what
it has to be contextualized. It has to.
No, we cannot contextualize because we don't have the information to. So is it cheaper? All we're asking, like children. So if I was living in America, would I have spent more money or less money? Who would I choose? Break it down to me as simple as that. For money, why? Money's sake.
For money's sake, because the wages have gone higher under
for
Biden.
Money's sake, just for money's sake. Is it Trump or Biden?
Yeah, I'm answering a money question on that.
No, don't explain the question. Just answer it.
Trump okay. Sorry?
Is it Trump or Biden?
Trump. Were the wages higher under Trump or under Biden?
So that's all
you have to balance. You have to balance.
It doesn't matter. The explanation is meaningless. Yes.
Okay.
Because if you're living a better life under Trump, you're paying less for commodities and there's more freedoms. Yeah. It's not a better life.
What more freedoms?
Freedom of speech. Do you know freedom of speech?
Unfortunately, I do. I don't know why.
Yeah.
How that?
Do you see how? Did you see how Elon Musk saved freedom of speech?
Oh, this lunatic guy? Which one are you talking about? The which one? The guy of
the pastor. Imagine
the guy of X. Okay, now you're trying to censor. You're trying to silence me now by trying to make sure that
no, Pastor, we are not trying to silence you.
Okay, you see why, Pastor? We're calling you Pastor. I'm calling you Pastor as a jibe. Okay, so you said Elon Musk is a lunatic.
Yeah, explain and I can explain it based on the on the point you made earlier while I was a listener, in the context of when you're discussing Christianity. And today you saw what Elon posted, trying to talk about Trump is actually a Christian, a pro-Christian who has even produced a Bible. He actually used that, and then Kamala hates Christians, right? And obviously you were trying to portray like, oh, we don't need this Christianity thing, and that's why Trump ever said that we don't need. This guy now has gotten to a point of making up stories about almost everybody that disagrees with him.
Who is making up stories?
The Elon Musk. And you are Trump.
You're a very thick guy. I didn't think Christianity can make somebody this thick. This guy. Why would Elon Musk fake anything?
Because he wants his.
Because he wants
his 78-year-old.
Pastor. This guy is a god. I want you to start worshiping Elon Musk and get rid of that stupid god you worship.
I heard that earlier.
Yeah.
But you don't think Bill Gates is God? You don't think
Elon Musk has given you more than your God will ever give you.
And you don't think Bill Gates is a god? You don't think
But he's a god.
you know?
Bill Gates is a god.
Okay.
But in what aspect? With Bill Gates, he has
Problem
nothing
is he's
tangible.
being used by the woke mob, but he's a god. If Bill Gates was used by the right people, the day he gets some common sense,